people would like to acknowledge that have joined us here today. The last speaker we had the last month is here tonight, Mr. Martin Odulatieno. He says, please stand so that everybody sees you. He's here tonight. He says he'll throw rocks from where he is. And then we have the NSC CEO is here tonight as well, Mr. Geoffrey Odundo. We also have, and who reads the Business Daily? Show of hands, who reads the Business Daily? Then you must know of someone called Mr. Bitangelemo.
Yes.
Well, give him a warm welcome. He's here tonight. So more than just a panel that is here tonight, we have a few more people that you could ask questions, you could ask for opinions, and we are hoping that this will be a robust debate and we can finally get to some place where we say we had an honest discussion. So, yes, I want your view from an IT perspective and the global view of where we are. You know, you have some analysis on the Bitcoin and issues surrounding that. If we remove the rate caps, would more funds flow into Kenya, and would that mean that there's competition for banks, which would mean that we then have to reconsider the way we price our money?
Thank you for the question. The tech sector don't care whether their caps are there or they are not there.
Yeah.
They will be very happy if the caps are not there, so that banks can make fools of themselves.
Maybe you want to stand for people to hear you.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that if you've been seeing several new apps that are coming, they are coming to disrupt the banking sector.
Okay.
And the reason why we are a vibrant fintech in this country is because of the premium that the banking sector, whenever you go to the banking, the premium is so high. That's why everybody is into developing something that will disrupt. And where the banking sector has gone wrong, on digital, they use digital to create efficiencies.
Yes.
They don't use digital for competitiveness. Meaning that if you lend me 20 million to buy a machine, you are so happy you want the rates to remain there. The thing is that you lend me for 20 and you come back and tell me there's new technology so that you are with the customer permanently on new loans, but they don't look at the digital sector, what's happening. But I hope some of you read recently what Twiga Food and IBM did. They are now able to lend without collateral.
Yes, I did.
And they can lend without collateral. Our banking sector is stuck on collateralization. Even somebody like Martin, who has been in the banking sector, they would say bring collateral. I would accept if they asked me because they don't know this bureaucrat from somewhere, they would put some loans. And this is because they have failed to use big data analytics. Isaac has so much data from M-Shore. KCP has so much data from M-Shore to create new customers and not the 4 million. To bring this into the, from 4 million to maybe 8 million. But nobody is looking at that data. That's where the tech sector is looking at. That going forward, we will develop this new by disrupting what the word you used was arrogance. I'm not anti, I'm actually supporting. And actually, John and Isaac actually finished the debate, saying there are only 10 banks, the rest are
I'm marking around.
Jokers, they decide. I'm not the one who said that. And one argument in economics is that we have oligopolistic practices in the banking sector. And that's why the rates will not come down, that they will wait until they are properly disrupted. And that disruption is coming once the central bank begins to raise things like bitcoins,
Yes.
where you can borrow from Japan for 1% and come and do things here, heavy things, or borrow from there to put up housing. And the banks will just be looking, or they probably will not understand what happened. That's when they will begin to ask, what are we supposed to do? Then we will tell them, lower
Your rates.
your rates to this.
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Sam Atandi, Member of Parliament.
I hadn't seen you, sir.
Thank you, John. John is my former boss. Before I moved this side, I was an employee of NSC Bank. And also a member of Finance and National Planning Committee of National Assembly, the committee that supervises the monetary and fiscal policy of government. And happy to report that we just concluded public participation on the finance bill, which is essentially proposes to repeal the Banking Amendment Act 2016. And happy to say that, also to report that we had competent presentations from your association, the Kenyan Bankers Association, and shortly we will be retreating to write our report. I would like to say that I'm here because I wanted to continue to be convinced on why we should really be able to amend this law. Because where we sit in this forum, I'm not supposed to put my position. We have mixed feelings based on the contributions from the public during our public participation. And so I would like, I've listened to a competent panel, and I want to say that, and speaking for the public, that a lot of people do not think that this is the right time to repeal the law. So you really need to do much to be able to persuade Kenyans that this is the right time to repeal the law. And this is my last question. Suppose that government blocks borrowing of T-bills and T-bonds. Where would banks take their money? There's no room for you to buy T-bills. Where would you take your money? Because I know since the repeal of this law, you have stopped lending to SMEs, but you're buying a lot of T-bills. And I know your portfolios of T-bills has gone up. So the question we are asking, let's say that window is also blocked, because we are, as Parliament, we are thinking about how to answer how to address the question of public debt, which, as you know, has hit the roof. And Kenyans are concerned about the window that is left for the government to borrow. And we are thinking of how do we address this issue. One of the possibilities is probably to find a way to buy all the government debts and say there's no government debt anymore. Where will banks take their resources? Where will you take your money?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. You want to address that now? Yes.
Could I comment?
Yes.
I'm sure that it's very unlikely that government of Kenya will stop borrowing. And so it might be a very positive thing to think about and a very positive thing to actually expect. But you just start with the pending bills to begin with,
Yes.
which is due to SMEs in this country.
Yes.
And then you go to the very, very expensive lifetimes we have become accustomed to. And you tell me when the government of Kenya will stop borrowing.
Okay, there's your answer.
But I think they want to stop. Supposing magic happened, we never know when.
It won't happen. But we can make that something for the next. It won't
Maybe
happen.
Trump makes peace with Iran. I don't know. Magic can happen. Suppose magic happens. and the government stops borrowing, what would happen? You go back to the early Kibaki years.
Exactly.
The rates come down to 2%. And by the way, when that happens, the issue is the spread. Yeah? So we'll be back to lending. So, in fact, what we've been saying is fiscal policy is what's going to determine the sustainability of the rate cuts, if you call them.
We don't think of our history enough. John is correct. We have been there before. The government refused to borrow. Refused. Not that it didn't need to, but it refused to borrow. And rates crashed to the 1-2% for students. So it can be done. And to your other question, which I had earlier about banks not being able to lend to startups and so on, again, we don't read history. We had angel investors. We had development banks. We had banks like NIC, which were created specifically to lend for asset finance. We had these things. Then we believed in the Washington Consensus and collapsed them all into commercial banks. And saying, yes, these things can be done. There's nothing that we cannot do. I think what Onchi said, and I'll go back to Onchi again, is that we need to break out of this mental prison we have put ourselves in and begin to think a bit more critically.
Okay, thank you, John. And we'll go, I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, but we are trying to remove government out of the monetary policy, and we need for the monetary policy to work based on the wider economic factors that Isaac mentioned. What's your view on that?
For very good reasons, I'll not take a position on that. I don't think the exchange has a view, because when I speak for exchange, I don't think there's a view on what direction it should take. I think all we're saying is that, because also the capping of interest rates has had a knock-on effect on the market.
Yes.
I mean, we lost 40% when that happened, because of really this was a big impact on the financials. But I think on policy, I think it's really how it will evolve.
Yes.
We really can't take a position on that.
Okay, and I'll ask Mr. Martin. Thank you very much. Give him a big hand. I'll ask Mr. Martin to give us his view on where he stands. He's not banking anymore, but he's still a career banker like John Gumi. I wonder if his view has changed since leaving the banking industry. Martin?
I'm with John. John was a bit shy in terms of giving a position. I think John was being
very diplomatic,
philosophical and politically correct. But I don't want to sort of prolong the debate, because I actually like to hear what's happening, what's coming in from the audience. But I just want to say that I'm no longer in the banking industry, but I've been subjected to different rates over different periods of time. So when I was a bank employee, I enjoyed rates ranging from 3% to 7%. When I left banking, and all my sort of interest rates got converted into market rates overnight. I was immediately moved to 17%, which was base rate of like 15 or 14 plus 2 or plus 3. And I was seen to be a fairly good customer who could enjoy 17% on my borrowings.
So that leaves you wondering what the other one Jikos were getting.
And then some bank was running a special promotion, and I got a rate of 9.99. And therefore I've experienced rates ranging from 3 to 17 or 19 at some point. Now I'm at 13, and I'm actually quite happy being at 13. So I just stopped there.
You're happy being at 13 because? And why are you at 13?
Thank you, John. And with that, we are going to ask the professor to say one word, just one word, Professor. Yes, on perhaps what we can expect in the digital space, because it sounded very interesting. We're going to bring you for your own session, but to conclude where we are versus where we're going.
What we're trying to do distributed ledgers and artificial intelligence is to automate trust by creating a trust database.
Okay.
The reason why the risk premium is so high is because the identities we have are not trusted. There are people who borrow with their passport, others borrow with their ID, which have different names. We are going to create, and you're going to see it, and you've heard about it,
Yes.
the biometric, and link it to several other areas, such that it's very easy for Isaac now to actually know this is a government person and begin to expand learning to people like us, they have to be people.
All right, and with that, we can't exhaust this here now. I think it's only starting to get juicier as we go. But we are now going to call it a night, and we'll call this as we progress into what happens next, because they're going to table MP, as you see here, Member of Parliament. You're going to keep us posted on the progress of the finance bill in Parliament. And then we perhaps can meet again and reassess how far we are, because I think the consensus on all of us is that we still are not getting SMEs the funding they want. And how do we get there? I don't think whether you're for or against the rate cap, the ultimate goal is to see more money out there. And with that, can we give a big hand to our... Thanks, Mike. I promised them and I simply gave us our campus. So the first 30 people to arrive will get their campus on our way out. With that, yes, they gave us some campus.
We are bribing for the church.
With that, we're going to come to the end of our session. Thank you very much, speakers, and we hope to see you the next time. Bye.